For the past 4 weeks, Ken's weekly wages have been $220, $215, $230, and $230 again. How much did he earn in the 5th week if his average weekly wage over the course of 5 weeks was $227? So for this question, since we're dealing with average, we want to use the acronym TEN. And if you haven't already done so, please look at the average video where I outline how we use this acronym more in detail. But basically we have the total, or the sum, is equal to the average value times the number of things we're averaging. So let's fill some stuff out that we have. We have the total, which is not given, but they do give us the average, in this case, which would be $227, and the number of things we're averaging. In this case, we want to average 5 weeks of weekly wages, and so we are averaging 5 wages, or 5 weeks worth of wages, and 227 times 5 would be 1,135. That would be the total wage of all of the 5 wages. Now, Ken has already earned some. He's earned four weeks of work worth of wages so far, and if he wants a total of 1,135, we need to deduct these amounts from that. So what we can do is we can add up all of these prior week's wages, and if you punch that into your calculator, you should get $895. In order to find the 5th week, we take the total of all 5 weeks minus what we get for the 4 weeks worth of wages, and we get the final answer, which is $240. So basically for these average questions, the main idea is to use this acronym. You want to set it up in such a way that the total is equal to the average times the number of things that you're averaging. In this case, if they give you parts of what make up that total, you can simply deduct. In another question, instead of asking you to find the 5th wage, let's say they ask you find an additional number to increase the, or they give you a different average value, and you have to figure out what the number of things are. Well, you would input what the total is, which would be given. You'd input the average, and then you find the number of things, simply by dividing the total by the average. Vice versa, if you find the number of things, or if you're given the number of things and the total, you can figure out the average by taking the total divided by the number of things. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully you'll use this, or you'll find this acronym helpful as well. And take a look at the 10 video, the one that discusses how to tackle average questions.